Better now? Life better now?
Absolutely. My kids have been home 3 years. You know, I no longer have to watch my back. You know, I live a pretty straight and narrow life, which, you know, people might say is boring, but I love my life today. I'm grateful.
Where are we headed?
This way.
Okay.
To the Recover Project. This is where my recovery started.
Started nearly a decade ago on one of the two main streets of Greenfield, the Recover Project is community-based, an open arms program aimed at helping addicts stay clean.
Given the opiate heroin epidemic in our community, we'd like to start the conversation, just kind of sharing with one another, you know, what happened at that point of our life, what that was like.
So as a child growing up in a home in addiction, I didn't understand how they could do all the stuff that they did to me and my brother and sister. Like, don't you love me enough? Then I became a mother, and then I became a heroin addict. And I did all that stuff to my kids.
My doctor was my biggest drug dealer. I fell down a flight of stairs. I'd just been married, had a baby, was working 2 jobs, college on top of it. Next thing you know, I'm on these prescriptions. That's where it all began for me.
What are the odds that you're gonna own a house? What's the odds that you're gonna have a nice car? What's any car, a place to live, all that stuff? Seems less and less likely all the time. Contrast that with what happens when you stick a spike in your arm, and why wouldn't you?
So I have this picture in my head of when I got the phone call that my daughter's father had been in the accident and I had just had a C-section. And they come in with this needle to give me Ativan, I think, and all I really needed was a hug. Like, I just needed someone to come up to me and give me a hug and say, I care about you, Caitlin, and everything's gonna be okay.
I'll tell you something really shameful about myself. The first time I shot up, I looked at myself in the mirror with a big grin. You know, something was missing in me, whether it was a self-image situation, whether it was a character flaw. You know, I came from a, stable family, the suburbs, I had a lot of advantages. There was some dark genie inside me that I very much hesitate to call a disease that led me to dope. I didn't have anyone else who could have talked me out of what I was doing. An intervention wouldn't have worked. I didn't have a child. I have a 7-year-old daughter now who I never would have had. I never would have thought. I looked in a mirror and I saw somebody worth saving, or that I wanted to at least try real hard and save. Anybody could find themselves very easily in this situation. And, I look back on that and I think about, what I'll tell my daughter, that was Daddy. Ain't no doubt about it. But I hope that I'll be able to say that was Daddy then, this is Daddy now. That I'm alive and living in hope. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.